Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. It's Chelle Roller here today with a video on things that are important to know before removing your toe stops. So if you're thinking about taking that next step in your roller skating journey, then please keep watching. So as you can see by my setup, we're in the season of Valentine's Day. And I put this video out specifically at this time because a couple of days ago marks the 1 year anniversary of me finally removing my toe stops. Yes, that's right. While many were being wined and dined, I was skating, falling, adjusting to my skates, my new situation, with no toe stops. And the journey without them has been so different to what I pictured, to what I imagined it would be before I had taken them out. There was a lot of doubt and fear around taking them out because they were kind of like a safety net. I'm sure you know what I mean when I say it's like you feel a lot more at ease, a lot more stable, knowing that they are there. But there does come a point when you feel, you want to take that next step, when you think, I want to take them out. I want to be able to feel the range of motion that comes with having no toe stops in. And if you've clicked on this video, then I'm sure that you are at that point now. And I'm here to tell you some things that will put your mind at ease and that should encourage you to just take that leap. You'll be fine. Number 1, you have to know how to stop without using your toe stop. So there are 3 different stops that I would recommend to learn with your toe stops in, just so that you know that you'll be fine once they're out. And the first one is bubbles, or some might call them lemons, which is essentially widening your stance and then bringing it right back in to a halt. The second stop is the T-stop. When I first heard this term, T-stop, I thought, okay, pretty simple. I thought, put all of your wheels on the floor, drag them into a T. But that was quite difficult for me at first, so I would recommend dragging one foot behind the other, and that foot that's behind needs to have just that front inner wheel dragging across the ground to meet your front foot. The third stop, that's the one I use the most, and it's to spin. And this one comes most naturally to me because this was one of the first tricks or things to do other than skate forwards that I learned to do. I would just practice going forward and being able to turn around. Pretty self-explanatory, you just need to turn, but not all the way around, more so at a 90-degree angle, whichever side is best for you. Most people have a good foot. I don't want to encourage that, but it is reality for most people. So that's really all in your head, shoulders, and your hips, and you should come to a stop. Secondly, I would avoid hills and slopes as much as possible. If you like to skate from A to B and you like to skate on the streets, then I would say feel out your journey beforehand and get a feel for the gradient and make sure things are pretty flat and you don't have any nasty surprises when you are out on your skates, because picking up speed and not knowing what to do, no, it's so scary and it can be pretty dangerous. So please, if you're just thinking of taking out your toe stops, then I would say that now is not the time to be going down hills. And the third thing that I think you should know before taking out your toe stops is how to rise from a fall. So one thing we skaters know very well is how to fall. And I ain't even talking about love. Okay, so you are skating along and possibly trying out something new, possibly didn't heed my advice, found yourself on a hill, dropped. How are you gonna get up? I know that some people, when they have their toe stops in, they tend to use that to give them support, to give them that push and get themselves up. I always get up from a fall the same way every time, and that is to kneel down, rest all of my weight onto the top of my thigh and push myself up from there. Very simple, it looks clean, and you won't need your toe stop for that. And finally, before taking out your toe stops, it's really important to have confidence and inspiration. So confidence is pretty self-explanatory. Listen, I know you've been having that inner dialogue, outer dialogue, doesn't matter, I'm not judging. But you've been going over all of the reasons in your head as to why you can't take your toe stops out, why you're not ready. This is not the case. You can, because I can, and I didn't think I would. I was definitely very scared. I was in denial. I was almost certain I would never ever take out my toe stops. I relied on them heavily. I definitely experienced very close shaves when it came to skating, and that just reinforced the whole idea that I need the toe stop. I can't survive without the toe stops. But it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. And if I can do it, you definitely can. You need to believe that you'll be okay. You need to see that other people, they're fine. They ain't got them in. And they're alright. In fact, they're doing a lot more things that you could be doing if you didn't have them in. And that's where the inspiration comes from. So I've been privileged to be around a lot of really good skaters. They can do tricks, they can essentially dance on skates. Jam skating is a big deal, especially as far as I'm concerned. I think it's amazing to see, and whenever you put music on and people are able to just groove, do the absolute most in the rinks and outside, at events, indoors. I mean, you've even got videos on the internet of people just really having a great time and translating that into movement that looks and sure feels exquisite. There are a lot of very cool moves that involve lifting your heel, pointing your toe, that with your toe stop in, you're just going to stop and possibly trip. Essentially, the inspiration to take out my toe stops came from seeing other skaters executing moves that I could only dream of. And 365, 366, 367 days ago, I decided enough is enough. I want to be able to do the moonwalk or the G slide and the whatever. And it's been the best decision I've made, because now I feel so much more free. I feel a lot more confidence, and there's a sense of pride that you can have knowing that you've done something that you thought you never could do, never would. You've conquered, really. You've conquered something. It might seem small, and I will admit, the more days go by and the longer it has been since I first started to skate, it just seems more and more trivial. It seems less and less profound, and it doesn't seem like a big step, but I have come from a mighty long way, and I would love for you to feel the same way and to just thrive and dance and have the best time with no restrictions. And speaking of inspiration, I hope that this video has inspired you to take those toe stops out and reach your full potential on your skates. I'd love to know if anyone's actually been there where they were adamant that those toe stops were not coming out. And if you have any advice for others who are ready to take their toe stops out, then please share that below so that we can help other people experience the thrills, the absolute highs of skating without limitations. Please like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, figuratively speaking. Bye. But you really do have to kind of surround yourself with people who are better than you. Yeah, because it brings forth inspiration, and then you will get that internal push to do what you have to do to be as good as them, and you know, reach your potential and reach for the stars. Yeah, that was bare cheesy, but you get what I mean.